The murder of Brian Thompson sent shockwaves through the corporate world. Thompson, the CEO of United Healthcare, was a giant in the healthcare industry. His life was cut short on December 4, 2024. He was gunned down outside a Hilton hotel in Midtown Manhattan. The event, a United Health Group investor gathering, became a crime scene. Luigi Mangione, a 26-year-old graduate of the University of Pennsylvania, quickly became the prime suspect. 5 days later, Mangione was apprehended. The location of his arrest was a stark contrast to the world Thompson inhabited, a McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania. The charges against Mangione are serious. In New York State Court, he faces charges of murder and other crimes. If convicted, he could spend the rest of his life behind bars. Federal prosecutors are also building their case. They are pursuing charges of murder, stalking, and firearms offenses. The case quickly became a media sensation. The clash between the worlds of corporate power and a young man seemingly adrift captured the public's attention. Mangione's defense team insists on his innocence. They are prepared to fight the charges on every front. Mangione's defense team is not just fighting the charges against him. They are also engaged in a battle against what they see as a politically motivated prosecution. At the heart of their claim is the decision to seek the death penalty. Attorney General Pam Bondi announced her intention to pursue capital punishment on April 1, 2025. This decision immediately raised eyebrows.
Mangione's lawyers argue that Bondi bypassed standard procedures. They claim they were denied adequate time to prepare a mitigation submission. This denial, they argue, violates Mangione's due process rights. The defense team goes further, alleging that Bondi's decision is tainted by political considerations. They point to her close ties to President Trump. They allege that Bondi is using this high-profile case to align herself with the president's tough-on-crime agenda.
Attorney General Pam Bondi has vehemently denied any political motivations in her decision to seek the death penalty. She maintains that the decision was made solely on the merits of the case. She describes the murder of Brian Thompson as a premeditated, cold-blooded assassination. Bondi has also publicly linked her stance to President Trump's broader agenda on combating violent crime. She argues that the death penalty is a necessary tool to protect the public from the most dangerous criminals. Her decision has resonated with many who see the case as an example of the need for law and order. Critics, however, see Bondi's stance as a clear example of the politicization of the justice system. They argue that her decision is more about scoring political points than about seeking justice. The case has ignited a fierce debate about the role of the death penalty in modern society.
The timeline, from crime to courtroom. The case against Luigi Mangione unfolded rapidly. The murder of Brian Thompson on December 4, 2024, sent shockwaves through the nation. Just 5 days later, Mangione was apprehended at a McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania.
He was extradited to New York to face charges. Mangione's first appearance in court was met with a media frenzy. He pleaded not guilty to the charges against him.
The prosecution, meanwhile, began laying out their case. They presented evidence that they claimed linked Mangione directly to the crime scene.
The defense team countered by challenging the prosecution's evidence. They highlighted inconsistencies and raised doubts about the reliability of eyewitness accounts. The legal battle lines were drawn.
On April 1, 2025, Attorney General Pam Bondi announced her decision to seek the death penalty. This decision dramatically escalated the stakes of the case.
Mangione's lawyers immediately vowed to fight the death penalty with every legal tool at their disposal.
Justice and politics, an uncomfortable intertwining. The Luigi Mangione case has brought to the forefront the often uncomfortable intersection of justice and politics. The defense's accusations of political bias, coupled with Pam Bondi's invocation of President Trump's agenda, have raised serious questions about the fairness of the proceedings.
Critics argue that the pursuit of the death penalty in this case is a blatant attempt to appease a certain political base. They point to the fact that Mangione is a young white male, a demographic that is statistically less likely to face capital punishment.
They argue that the decision to seek the death penalty is driven more by optics than by justice. The case has ignited a national conversation about the role of politics in high-profile criminal trials.
It has also highlighted the deep divisions in American society over the death penalty. The Mangione trial is a stark reminder that the pursuit of justice can be influenced by factors that have nothing to do with guilt or innocence.
Reflections. The shadow of doubt in a high-profile case. As the legal proceedings in the Luigi Mangione case continue, one thing is certain: the shadow of doubt will linger. The defense's allegations of political bias have cast a pall over the prosecution's case.
The specter of Pam Bondi's close relationship with President Trump will continue to fuel accusations of an unfair trial. The case serves as a cautionary tale about the fragility of the justice system.
When political agendas are allowed to influence legal proceedings, the very foundation of our democracy is threatened. The pursuit of justice must be blind to political pressure.
The Luigi Mangione trial is a stark reminder that the quest for justice is often a messy and imperfect process. It is a process that can be easily corrupted by external forces.
In the end, it is up to the jury to decide Mangione's fate. But no matter the verdict, the case will continue to raise questions about the intersection of justice, politics, and public opinion in America today. Like, share, and subscribe for more news insight.